Welcome to our video on breaking the habit of excessive thinking and stopping worry. Have you ever found yourself caught in a loop of constant worry? Do you struggle to shut off your racing thoughts, even when you want to relax? If so, you're not alone. Many people grapple with excessive thinking and worry, but there are ways to overcome this habit and find more peace in your life. Let's start by exploring the worry trap. Excessive thinking affects our daily lives in profound ways, often without us even realizing it. It can consume our mental energy, leaving us feeling drained and unable to focus on the things that truly matter. This constant state of worry takes a significant toll on both our mental and physical health. It can lead to stress, anxiety, sleep problems, and even physical symptoms like headaches or muscle tension. To address this issue, we first need to understand worry better. What triggers these cycles of excessive thinking? Often, it's uncertainty about the future, fear of negative outcomes, or a desire for control over situations that are beyond our influence. It's important to recognize the difference between productive and unproductive thinking. Productive thinking helps us solve problems and make decisions, while unproductive thinking keeps us stuck in a loop of anxiety without leading to any meaningful action or resolution. One of the key factors that fuels excessive worry is the illusion of control. We often worry about things that are completely beyond our influence. This stems from a natural human desire to feel in control of our lives and our surroundings. However, recognizing what we can and can't change is a crucial step in reducing worry. We need to learn to accept that some things are simply out of our hands, and that's okay. Instead of getting caught up in thoughts about the past or future, focusing on the present moment can be incredibly powerful in breaking the worry cycle. The present is where we have the most control and where we can take meaningful action. There are simple techniques we can use to ground ourselves in the present, such as mindfulness exercises or deep breathing. These practices help shift our attention away from anxious thoughts and back to the here and now. Reframing negative thoughts is another essential skill in overcoming excessive worry. Our minds often default to worst-case scenarios or overly pessimistic interpretations of events. By learning to identify these unhelpful thought patterns, we can start to challenge and change them. This doesn't mean forcing ourselves to think positively all the time, but rather developing a more balanced and realistic perspective on situations. One of the most effective ways to combat excessive thinking is through action. When we're stuck in our heads, overthinking every possible scenario, we often forget that doing something, even something small, can be far more beneficial than just thinking about it. Taking action, no matter how minor, can help break the cycle of worry and give us a sense of progress and accomplishment. It's also crucial to recognize the link between self-care and worry. When we neglect our basic needs, we become more vulnerable to excessive thinking and anxiety. This includes things like getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising regularly, and engaging in activities we enjoy. By prioritizing self-care, we build a stronger foundation for managing our thoughts and emotions. Building resilience is another key aspect of reducing worry. Resilience is our ability to cope with life's challenges and bounce back from setbacks. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but rather about developing the mental and emotional strength to handle them effectively. This involves cultivating a growth mindset, practicing self-compassion, and learning from our experiences. As we work on reducing worry, we begin to experience the freedom of letting go. When we're not constantly caught up in anxious thoughts, we have more mental and emotional energy for the things that truly matter to us. We become more present in our relationships, more focused in our work, and more able to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Creating new habits is an essential part of this process. We can't simply stop worrying. We need to replace that habit with more helpful behaviors. This might include practicing mindfulness, engaging in regular physical exercise, or setting aside time for hobbies and activities we enjoy. It's important to remember that forming new habits takes time and consistency. Be patient with yourself as you work on making these changes. Sometimes dealing with excessive worry on our own can be challenging. Seeking support from others can be incredibly valuable. This might mean talking to trusted friends or family members about your concerns. Sometimes, just voicing our worries out loud can help us gain perspective and feel less alone. In some cases, professional help might be beneficial. A therapist or counselor can provide tools and strategies specifically tailored to your needs. Now let's delve deeper into each of these areas to give you a comprehensive understanding of how to stop worrying and break the habit of excessive thinking. Understanding worry is the first step in overcoming it. Worry is a natural human response to uncertainty or potential threats. It's our mind's way of trying to prepare for or prevent negative outcomes. In small doses, worry can be helpful. It can motivate us to take action or solve problems. However, when worry becomes excessive, it stops being useful and starts to negatively impact our quality of life. Excessive worry often stems from a few common sources. One is a tendency to overestimate the likelihood of negative events. Our minds are wired to be on the lookout for potential dangers, which can lead us to focus disproportionately on what could go wrong. Another source is underestimating our ability to cope with challenges. When we lack confidence in our capacity to handle difficulties, we're more likely to worry excessively about them. It's also important to understand that worry is often a habitual response. Over time, our brains can become accustomed to responding to uncertainty or stress with worry. This means that breaking the habit of excessive thinking isn't just about changing our thoughts. It's about rewiring our brain's automatic responses. The illusion of control is a significant factor in perpetuating worry. Many of us have a natural desire to feel in control of our lives and our surroundings. This desire can lead us to worry about things that are entirely outside of our influence. We might spend hours worrying about the weather on an upcoming event day or anxiously anticipating how others will react in a future situation. Recognizing what we can and can't control is a crucial step in reducing worry. This doesn't mean becoming passive or apathetic about life's challenges. Rather, it's about focusing our energy on the things we can influence and learning to accept the things we can't. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. One effective way to practice this is by using a simple exercise. When you find yourself worrying, ask yourself, is this something I have control over? If the answer is yes, then focus on what actions you can take to address the situation. If the answer is no, practice acknowledging the worry and then letting it go. This might feel challenging at first, but with practice, it becomes easier. Focusing on the present moment is a powerful antidote to excessive worry. Most of our worries are about the future, things that might happen, problems that could arise. By bringing our attention back to the present, we interrupt the cycle of anxious thoughts about what-ifs and maybes. There are many techniques for grounding yourself in the present moment. One simple method is to focus on your senses. Take a moment to notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This exercise helps anchor you in the here and now, pulling your attention away from worries about the future. Another effective technique is mindful breathing. This involves focusing your attention on your breath, noticing the sensation of each inhale and exhale. When your mind wanders, which it inevitably will, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This practice not only helps ground you in the present, but also has a calming effect on your nervous system. Reframing negative thoughts is another crucial skill in overcoming excessive worry. Our thoughts have a profound impact on our emotions and behaviors. When we're caught in a cycle of worry, our thoughts tend to be skewed towards the negative. We might find ourselves always expecting the worst or interpreting situations in the most pessimistic light. Learning to identify these unhelpful thought patterns is the first step in changing them. Some common patterns include catastrophizing, always imagining the worst possible outcome. Overgeneralization, taking one negative event and applying it to all situations, all or nothing thinking. Seeing things in black and white terms, with no middle ground. Should statements, putting unrealistic pressure on yourself or others with should and must statements. Once you've identified these patterns, you can start to challenge and change them. This doesn't mean forcing yourself to think positively all the time. Instead, it's about developing a more balanced and realistic perspective. One way to do this is by asking yourself questions like, what evidence do I have for and against this thought? Am I looking at the whole picture? How would I view this situation if it was happening to a friend? What's a more balanced or realistic way of looking at this? By regularly practicing this kind of thought reframing, you can gradually change your habitual thought patterns and reduce excessive worry. Taking action is one of the most effective ways to combat excessive thinking. When we're stuck in our heads, overthinking every possible scenario, we often forget that doing something, even something small, can be far more beneficial than just thinking about it. Action helps break the cycle of worry in several ways. First, it gives us a sense of control and agency. Instead of feeling helpless in the face of our worries, we're actively doing something. Second, it provides distraction, giving our minds something else to focus on besides our anxious thoughts. Third, it often shows us that our worries were overblown. When we face our fears and take action, we often find that the reality is not as bad as we imagined. The key is to start small. If you're worried about a big project at work, don't try to tackle the whole thing at once. Break it down into smaller, manageable tasks and start with just one. If you're anxious about a social situation, start by sending a text or making a short phone call. The goal is to build momentum through small actions. Remember, action doesn't always mean solving the problem completely. Sometimes it might mean doing something to care for yourself, like going for a walk or calling a friend. The important thing is to do something, rather than remaining stuck in a loop of anxious thoughts. Self-care plays a crucial role in managing worry and excessive thinking. When we neglect our basic needs, we become more vulnerable to stress and anxiety. This creates a vicious cycle. The more stressed we are, the less likely we are to take care of ourselves, which in turn increases our stress and worry. Prioritizing self-care means attending to your physical, emotional, and mental needs. This includes getting enough sleep. Lack of sleep can significantly increase anxiety and worry. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Eating well. A balanced diet provides your body and brain with the nutrients they need to function optimally. Avoid excessive caffeine and sugar, which can increase anxiety. Regular exercise. Physical activity is a powerful stress reducer. It doesn't have to be intense. Even a daily walk can make a big difference. Engaging in activities you enjoy. Make time for hobbies and interests that bring you joy and relaxation. Setting boundaries. Learn to say no to commitments that overwhelm you and prioritize activities that support your well-being. Practicing relaxation techniques. This might include deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or meditation. By prioritizing self-care, you build a stronger foundation for managing your thoughts and emotions. You become more resilient to stress and better equipped to handle life's challenges without falling into excessive worry. Building resilience is another key aspect of reducing worry. Resilience is our ability to cope with life's challenges and bounce back from setbacks. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but rather about developing the mental and emotional strength to handle them effectively. Resilience involves several key components. Developing a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities for learning and growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Practicing self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when things go wrong. Treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer a good friend. Building a support network. Strong relationships provide a buffer against stress and worry. Cultivate connections with family, friends, and your community. Finding purpose and meaning. Having a sense of purpose can help you maintain perspective when faced with worries and challenges. Maintaining perspective. Remember that most worries are temporary. Try to view your current situation in the context of the bigger picture. Learning from experiences. Reflect on past challenges you've overcome. What helped you get through them? How can you apply those lessons to your current situation? Building resilience is an ongoing process. It's not about becoming invulnerable to worry or stress, but about developing the tools and mindset to handle life's ups and downs more effectively. As we work on reducing worry, we begin to experience the freedom of letting go. When we're not constantly caught up in anxious thoughts, we have more mental and emotional energy for the things that truly matter to us. We become more present in our relationships, more focused in our work, and more able to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Letting go of worry doesn't mean becoming careless or apathetic. It means trusting in your ability to handle whatever comes your way, rather than trying to control or predict every possible outcome. It means living more fully in the present moment, rather than constantly projecting into an imagined future. The benefits of reducing worry can be profound. You might notice improvements in your mood, your relationships, your work performance, and your overall quality of life. You may find yourself more open to new experiences and opportunities, less held back by fear and anxiety. Remember, though, that letting go is a process. It's normal to still experience worry from time to time. The goal isn't to eliminate worry entirely, but to reduce its frequency and intensity, and to change your relationship with it. Creating new habits is an essential part of breaking the cycle of excessive thinking. We can't simply stop worrying. We need to replace that habit with more helpful behaviors. This might include practicing mindfulness. Set aside time each day for mindfulness meditation or other present-focused activities. Scheduling worry time. If you find it hard to stop worrying, try setting aside a specific time each day for worrying. When worries come up outside this time, write them down to address during your designated worry time. Regular physical exercise. Make movement a part of your daily routine, whether it's a workout, a walk, or a yoga session. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts can help you process them and gain perspective. Engaging in hobbies. Make time for activities you enjoy that absorb your attention and give you a sense of accomplishment. Practicing gratitude. Regularly noting things you're grateful for can help shift your focus from worries to positives in your life. Remember that forming new habits takes time and consistency. Be patient with yourself as you work on making these changes. It's normal to have setbacks. The key is to keep coming back to your new habits, even if you get off track for a while. Sometimes dealing with excessive worry on our own can be challenging. Seeking support from others can be incredibly valuable. This might mean talking to trusted friends or family members about your concerns. Sometimes just voicing our worries out loud can help us gain perspective and feel less alone. When sharing your worries with others, be specific about what kind of support you need. Do you want them to just listen, or are you looking for advice? Are you hoping for practical help with a problem, or do you just need emotional support? Being clear about your needs can help ensure you get the type of support that's most helpful to you. In some cases, professional help might be beneficial. A therapist or counselor can provide tools and strategies specifically tailored to your needs. They can help you identify the root causes of your worry, teach you effective coping strategies, and provide a safe space to work through your concerns. Consider seeking professional help if your worry is significantly impacting your daily life, relationships, or work. You've tried self-help strategies, but still struggle with excessive worry. Your worry is accompanied by other symptoms like depression or panic attacks. You're having thoughts of self-harm or suicide. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you're committed to your mental health and well-being. As we conclude, let's recap the key points we've covered. 1. Understanding worry and its impact on our lives. 2. Recognizing the illusion of control and focusing on what we can influence. 3. Grounding ourselves in the present moment. 4. Reframing negative thoughts. 5. Taking action instead of overthinking. 6. Prioritizing self-care. 7. Building resilience. 8. Experiencing the freedom of letting go. 9. Creating new habits to replace worry. 10. Seeking support when needed. Breaking the habit of excessive thinking and reducing worry is a journey. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort. But the rewards are well worth it. As you practice these strategies, you'll likely find yourself feeling more calm, more present, and more able to enjoy your life. The goal isn't to eliminate worry entirely. Some level of worry is a normal part of life. The aim is to reduce excessive worry, to change your relationship with worry so that it no longer controls your life. Start small. Choose 1 or 2 strategies from this video to focus on first. As you become more comfortable with those, you can gradually incorporate more. Be kind to yourself in the process. Celebrate your progress no matter how small it might seem. And finally, remember that you're not alone in this journey. Many people struggle with excessive worry, and many have found ways to overcome it. With persistence and the right tools, you too can break free from the habit of excessive thinking and find more peace and joy in your life. Thank you for watching. We hope this video has provided you with valuable insights and practical strategies for reducing worry and living a more balanced, present-focused life. Remember, every step you take towards managing your worry is a step towards a happier, healthier you.